What's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy Next Gen 720, and I'm back with another video. In this video I have today, I wasn't going to do this video because I already have a video that I have already done. It's called "A Homosexual versus a Nintendo Fanboy," and that I'm gonna upload that later on. That's starring Dr. Trey and Shokio. I'm gonna let you inside of a Skype call between a homosexual and a fanboy. I'm gonna upload that later, but I was in a debate. Before I start today's debate, I'm gonna tell you the Nintendo fans, they just as fucked up as Nintendo. They don't get listen to my man, listen to Frog. Look at Kermit the Frog. Check him out.
Yeah, retro when they show their Smash Bros and all that stuff, shit's gonna get real. Niggas gonna get exposed. Niggas gonna start crying.
Who the fuck is gonna cry over fucking Mario Kart U? Like, come on with this shit, man. Like, these motherfuckers don't get it. I don't listen. I'm done. I'm done. But anyway, I was in a Skype call last night with XV, Omega, Trey, Shokio, Ultra, Black Bond, I believe it. Everybody, right? And they started with the whole E3 thing. The E3 thing. Like, what do you niggas feel or whatever the fuck the case may be. And I just told them that my main gripe with Nintendo is that their next generation console that came out in 2012 don't have the basic features, online features. I'm not talking about cross game chat, party chat. The basic online features that I had in 2002 with as far as Xbox Live. It's simple join session in progress. That's non-existent on the Wii U. You can't do that. That's just simple to join session in progress. What are they gonna say? That's the developers. Like, what Nintendo has done, they've taken their job of what they're supposed to do with the network, and they're supposed to be there, and taking it and putting it off on the third party. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. And so I asked Shokio, I said, as a Nintendo fan, does that not bother you that some of the basic features that were around for the last 11 years that your console of choice doesn't have? And he went off to say, oh, well, Xbox Live when this is good. I understand all that. I understand that, if I take Xbox Live from here and into Xbox Live where it's today, it's night and day. But what bothers me is that the Xbox Live from back in 2002 is 20 times better than the Wii U network in 2013. You know what I mean? Like, this shit, like, baffles the fuck out of me. Now, and this is what he's saying, you know what I mean? And what bothers me, I said that Miyamoto gave him an interview, I think it was either Now Game or Game Informer. If not, it wasn't this one, it was GameSpot. And said that Nintendo just now sees in 2013 the importance of online gaming. So for the last 11 years, because from the rip, from the jump, Xbox Live has always been a success. I mean, the first launch week, the numbers were 150,000, people, got online and bought the little starter kit. I remember, I was there from beta, real shit. But, I remember that shit. So, and then one thing about Sony, I will say this, that they did see that, because Sony, to me, they didn't get it either at first. But, Sony did have joint session in progress and game invites and shit like that, And, the PlayStation Network is much better now than it was in 2006. I give them that. But this at least to some of the basic features that I was doing in 2002, Nintendo should have that. They're not a poor, destitute company. You know what I mean? Like, here's this. Microsoft gave you the answers to the test. Here it is. This is what, you what the consumer, you listen to your consumers, your gamers. You say you're going back after the market that you lost to Sony and Microsoft, and they playing online and all this type of shit. You see the way that the industry is going. Why is Nintendo always last behind the white? Why are they always the last one to the door? Like, Nintendo is the godfather of gaming. You can't take that from them. You know what I mean? But Nintendo is, they are supposed to be leading the way. Like, come on, you know what I mean? Like, come on, the industry started using CDs and discs in 1994, 1995. You know what I mean? Nintendo didn't really come out with their own, they had the little mini discs and, I don't even understand. The rest of the world goes left, rest of the world goes right, Nintendo goes left. They came up with these little discs, it was for piracy or whatever the goddamn case may be. But they didn't start getting this until 2006, right? But like I said, Nintendo's always the last behind. Like you can't even just simple fact to play a music CD on your fucking console, to rip it to the hard drive, let it play in the background while you're playing the games. I was doing that on the PlayStation 1. I would take the game, I'll put a music CD in, let Onyx, America's Nightmares, Young Black, and just don't get me. I should have my music bumping while I'm playing Wipeout or something. I was doing that shit in 1995. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand it with Nintendo. And then they put out a fucking a next generation console with an 8 gig hard drive. Woo! If I'm not mistaken, the original Xbox hard drive was 10 gigs. Or some shit like that. Like, I do not understand it with Nintendo, man. You know what I mean? And the Nintendo fans, they make excuse after excuse. Oh, says okay, because the Nintendo network is new. They didn't have to reinvent the wheel. You know what I mean? Microsoft doesn't have a pattern on join session in progress. Microsoft doesn't have on cross game chat or party chat. You know what I mean? If they did, my beta wouldn't be able to do it. You know? I just think that is the silliest shit in the world. That Shokio came out of his mouth and said, "Is he okay with that?" Like that when he said that he's okay with Nintendo not having the basic. Now I'm not talking about all the fancy shit that I can invite you to a movie on Xbox Live, and I remember we can all go into a room and watch a movie together. But I'm not even talking about shit like that. I'm just talking about the basic shit, just to be able to join session in progress. And most of you Nintendo fans don't even know what the fuck that is. You know what I mean? You got some of you guys that only own Nintendo consoles, so you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I was able to do that shit in 2002, 2003 to join. If you had an open match or whatever the fuck, or you had, you were playing in, say, Mortal Kombat, and you was in an open room, and your shit was open or fighting, I can just join your game from the dashboard. I was doing that shit back then. Like, just the basic shit that Nintendo, like I said, and then this whole E3 thing, but they're gonna have smaller shows, and like E3 is for the world. You take the big stage and show you what it is. Nintendo doesn't want to be under their microscope. See, either way, it's a lose-lose situation for them. And I'm not trolling. This is some real shit right here. Either way, it's a lose-lose. For them. Check it out. If Nintendo had their conference first, and after first, and it was had their conference first after Sony and Nintendo, they would get owned, right? They're gonna show their little woo, Nintendo Land, and Sony and Microsoft come up with all these high tech and boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? Or if they go after them, after Sony or Microsoft, they get laughed at. Nintendo chose to put out this underpowered ass system. Now, what? And my thing is, if Nintendo even had, I understand, I get it. The console ain't powerful, fine. But if that motherfucker had some of the basic features that my original Xbox had in 2002, you guys wouldn't hear my mouth. And as crazy as if some of these guys as Nintendo fans, they don't say shit about that. Shokio said he was cool with that. Not having joint session in progress in 2013. Oh, because the Nintendo network is new. So what the fuck has Nintendo been doing for the last 11 years? Now, Microsoft gave you the answers for the test. You know what I mean? Gave you the goddamn answers. You know what I mean? Nintendo has to go back and reinvent the wheel. They don't. You know what I mean? You just take what Microsoft put your own shit on it. But damn, at least can have some of the basic features. Like I said, I'm done, man. Look out for later on today. You guys are going to hear, I'm serious, a homosexual versus Nintendo fanboy. I'm going to upload that probably about 7 o'clock or so. I'm going to let this video right here marinate on these homos out there. And as I always say, bang, bang. Damn, dog, you can't join a session in progress? It's 2013.